got some good stuff, by the way. Hold on, Dwight, because we're live, and I was gonna have the music bed, but I added some new ones. So more yacht rock, of course.
Of course.
You want to do? Let's do this one.
Those bongos?
Damn right that is. I mean, this is.
Oh.
Everyone is aroused at this point. I am very aroused. All right, so I got this one, but wait, hold on. I got another good one. We could do also. Wait.
Feels like I'm in Vice City.
One of the best.
Yeah.
The best Grand Theft Auto.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I've never played 5. I haven't done it.
Feels like I'm just walking around.
Yeah, right there. I'm gonna go to the strip club. I'm gonna steal that helicopter.
Take this hooker's money.
Yes, take that. I'm gonna bang her, and then I'm gonna take her money,
And I'm gonna fly the helicopter.
and then I'm gonna fly the helicopter, and then I'm gonna listen to Fernando on whatever.
Oh, dude, the
Fernando
radio
was.
stations.
They were so good.
I go down there with a hard hat. I'm down there so long.
This is Fernando. God. Anyway, welcome to it. It's Brock and Dwight.
Yes, sir.
Conspiracies for the common man, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. We are here to dispel, to disprove, to divulge, to dissect. How many that was pretty goddamn
That was
impressive,
good.
wasn't it, right?
That was good for a high school educated kid.
Thank you. Barely high school. And we're just going to take a look at what we got going on.
Public high school education.
Public high school. They even worse. You don't need to tell everyone what a dullard I am. Another D word in there. Hey, I'm lighting it up,
This is
buddy.
what you tune in for.
This is it. Okay, let's just get right into it because I sent you a text. I was sitting on the turlet,
Mhm.
and I think at this point I was blasting my butthole with
Yes.
water from my bidet.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, everyone get a bidet. You filthy animals! It's the most majestic thing. The cleanest butthole you'll ever have.
The Japanese are heavy believers in bidets.
Yeah. They squat over a hole and then water rockets towards their buttholes.
Yeah,
and it's great.
If you're into eating ass, that is the culture for you, because you're ready to go at any time.
Now, look, I didn't say that, but
Are we recording?
I can only wink so
Just
hard.
sending that into
It's
the
just-
universe. Putting that out there.
How do we? Oh, I was on the turlet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Blasting my butthole with cold, refreshing water, and I was watching this video, and I sent it to you because I was like, "Whoa!" And you immediately, pow, yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you got into it. So let me share this video real quick, and it'll give everyone an idea of what we're going to talk about. So enjoy. And then this is going to be the precursor to what we're going to talk about.
Because have you seen how certain streaming shows edit certain parts out?
They did that for The Passion on Netflix.
Yeah.
What did they take out?
They took out the verse from Isaiah at the beginning.
And I
Is
saw
making
that.
mad?
And I saw this one. I said, there's no way. Because in Robin Hood, the one with Russell Crowe, the
Mhm.
very first thing, there's a scroll that pops up, and in bold lettering, it says, "In times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history."
Out of Netflix.
Only in the U.S.
Oh!
Canada,
Dude.
Ireland, people from Britain,
No
they're
way.
like, they're like, it's on ours.
We're getting so played, you
In
guys.
America, and I just played it, and it doesn't.
We're getting so played.
It literally is just a blank screen for 10
Dude, it's
seconds.
just-
Everybody go buy a blow.
I mean,
So, look, they just talk about it. They go into this, but long story short,
Mhm.
here we are with this movie. Now, cinema, okay, what are you getting worked up here, guys? But there is a very anti-establishment, fight the power-esque message in front of this movie.
Right.
This Russell Crowe Robin Hood movie.
The only Robin Hood in
The-
my book is Kevin Costner.
Well, I was thinking more of what's his face from Men in Tights. That's my
Good
guy.
call.
That's my no. I like the Fox. I like the old
Oh,
Disney.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
very good. That's
yeah,
so good. That's so good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's good.
so many good versions of it.
Yeah.
But why on the U.S. version of Netflix is this anti-establishment, fight the power, power to the people message removed? But you go to Canada, Norway, European countries,
Mhm.
it's still in there.
Yeah.
And Dwight, you latched onto this, so let's get into it.
Immediately.
What the hell?
Knew exactly what was going on.
What the
This
hell?
is this is the dude. This playbook is so old. Like, they need to freshen this up. I'm like, they're in the huddle, and I'm like, yeah, okay, they're gonna run the ball a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna just this is Y power, X out. What do you got?
That's right.
So you sent me a couple things, but I guess just kind of walk us through this.
Yeah. Okay. So first, I'm gonna start you off with this, dude. You know what the difference is between China and the United States in their propaganda? Because propaganda is going to be the word of the day here.
Propaganda is the word of the day. Wait, he counts. He doesn't do the letters. He counts. I got that
Again, public
I
education.
did right. Public.
That's
Damn it.
actually where he got all of his education.
It's just my mom put me in front of PBS and I didn't get it. It did not stick. Propaganda word of the day.
Yeah, dude. So what's the difference? What's the difference between the propaganda being issued in China, the propaganda arm being displayed in America?
I don't know. So
the people in China know they're being propagandized.
Oh,
The people in China know it, and we don't. The people in the United States don't. They have no clue. Like this stuff that's going on, no idea.
Yeah.
The news, no idea.
Now-
People just consume, dude. They're just consumers. That's
Right.
all we are in America.
Now, is it because now? Let me I'm going to throw little nuggets in here
Okay.
because I'm a guy I'm living high on the hog. Okay, I'm in America, land of the free, home of the brave.
Yep.
Is it because
Perfect.
well, there had to be a turning point though, where we actually were land of the free, home of the brave, but now land of the free's kind of gone away,
Oh yeah.
and we're not so free anymore.
No.
Is it because we got cushy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I say this all the time. I said this to one of my buddies, dude, and I said, "You still think you live in a free country?" And they're like, his reply, "Well, freer than most."
That's
Dude, the
not
best-
what we should say.
The best prisoner,
Yeah.
is the one that doesn't know he's in a prison. That's what this is, dude. This is exactly what this is.
So
This is propaganda, man. This is propaganda from the tippity top. Okay, and you know where this is all coming from? You know where all the propaganda was. You know, I mean, we weren't propagandized like this back in the
what?
20s.
Okay, hold on. So let's back it up because I mean anyone nowadays. I actually just read a story and we talked about it on our radio show about what we spend our tax refunds on now.
Yeah, dude.
It's all on bills, it's on groceries,
Yeah.
it's on paying back credit. So now that one little thing in life that was once kind of like, oh, we got one on Uncle Sam. That was my whole thing. The tax refund was like, hey, I got ahead a little bit. Let's go take that trip. Let's buy that TV. Let's do that. Not now.
No.
Now they're even getting us on our tax refund,
Yeah.
which is so. Anyway, my point is, as we've slowly just gotten more and more taken advantage of, but also distracted enough to where we don't care or we don't pay attention to it. When was the turning point? Can you give us a turning point?
Well, I'm just gonna. I keep going back to the turning point in this in this country was after World War II. That was
Yeah.
the big turning point. Before that, 1913, but after that, like the second biggest turning point, the big kahuna was
World War II.
after World War II.
Because here's the thing: we come back, we're the big swinging dicks
We're
in the
good
world.
guys.
So what
We could have
happened?
taken over the world. That's just it. We could have taken over the world. We had the nuke. Dude, the Japanese were crushed.
Yeah,
That was the powerhouse over there.
yeah.
Europe was in ruins. There was nobody left to challenge us but Russia, and we should have finished them off.
Yeah.
Like Patton said, you got to finish them off. You'd be fighting them for the next 50 years, but then the military-industrial complex Batman always needs a rogues gallery. I keep saying that, dude.
Yeah.
That was done on purpose. After World War II, this is when America lost. Dude, they lost its way. I shouldn't say it lost its way immediately after that. I think
It took a while.
Yeah. America. If you're just talking about America lost its way after World War II, but prior, human beings lost their way thousands of years ago.
And propagandae, if you will. I mean, I'm sure it's nothing new. It's
No.
nothing new. It goes back probably
No.
to ancient times.
Dude, this goes back to exactly what we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like what is organized religion? What is all this authority? It's propaganda.
Yeah.
Dude, the Bible is just a fucking comic book. I keep saying that. Like, it's all the stuff from the comic books that are in comic books today, which is propaganda.
Mhm.
Thor, like
Mhm.
that was like we're talking about. That's in the Bible. Like those characters are in the Bible. The Nephilim, dude. They
But-
talk about the Nephilim in the Bible, and the Nephilim were the heroes of old. Let's not get too far into
Right,
that.
because
But
that's exactly
it's
because
propaganda, dude.
Right.
It's all propaganda to like tell you that you should be on your knees
Right.
when you should rise. That's what propaganda does. It beats you to your knees. And here's what it does.
Well, hold on. Let me get us back to center here because you're right. Because we could go into
Spurg.
We could go. We are going to open this gusher of a topic, but before we get to debate back into before, and people always having control because history is written by the victors, and then the victors write their own narrative and they push what they need to. And again, that then is if you're just succumbing to the victors who come in, whether it's Genghis Khan, it's the Roman Empire, you just kind of wait and go, what am I doing now? Oh, okay, we're saying, hail to this guy, or
it's the leaders.
l'chaim, whatever it may be. That's the leaders. I want to focus more on us in the United States.
Okay,
that's because let's stick to this one because here we are in 2025 and on Netflix, a streaming service.
Yeah.
That people pay for to watch goofy shows and things like I'm trying to think of a Netflix exclusive. They don't have anything.
I don't
good.
watch it
Anyway. It's because it's honest.
It.
I'm getting near the end of Netflix. They just had the Conan thing on there for his Mark Twain Award, and that was great. I like that because I like Conan. Anyway, it's overpriced. They keep charging. They get on you about, you got too many people watching your household. F you, Netflix. I should be allowed to watch on as many devices for what I'm paying you for this. Anyway, long story short, here we are, streaming service that is editing out things that are against systematic government, that are telling people you don't want to be oppressed, rise up. How do you get to that point in the United States of America?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Joseph Goebbels. You know who he was?
Nazi. He was a Nazi.
You're not going to use the button. Okay.
Wait. He was a Nazi. Wait, hold on. I got the right button. He was a. Wait. Where'd it go? I have it. He was a Nazi. He was a Nazi. No, damn it. I got it in my head. Go. Damn it. He was a Nazi. There we go.
This is top notch.
I got hung up. I had some new sound effects and I lost my page.
You get excited when you get to use the sound effects. Joseph Goebbels.
Yes.
Okay. You know who he was?
Yep.
He was the Nazi propaganda minister, and he also took over after Hitler, relieved power in the bunker and escaped to Argentina. Didn't commit suicide. Yep. No evidence of that.
Him and
nothing.
Eva von Braun.
Yeah. They got out. They went to Argentina. So he's the one that took over. But he was the propaganda minister. So what he was doing for propaganda, that one of his big arms of propaganda over there was movies. That was what he was doing. There was all these actors over there that didn't want to go to Hollywood. They wanted to go to Berlin and shoot movies for him and be the propaganda arm of the Nazi party.
Jesus.
Yeah. He used movies as propaganda. And some of them were, they get pretty dark, pretty wild, like about killing people that are handicapped, that have like diseases, stuff like that. They had movies about that. Well, actually, one of the movies, I can't remember what it was called. It starts with an A, but it was like a really, really, really good film. Yeah. And it actually like toiled with the thought of like, oh, my wife has MS. Should she die? And it actually
what did it get on Rotten Tomatoes? Do you know?
It got 3 cicailles.
98 tomatoes on the Rotten Tomatoes.
So he used all sorts of stuff, and just like they're doing today, this is right out of the playbook, dude.
Right out of the playbook, right
this
there.
This is all the same shit.
And we'll take it. But you know what's crazy is if it wasn't for stuff like this, most of us wouldn't notice. And then again, we just fall into this fantastical world of cinema, and we just sit there and go,
which is cool. Like, I love movies.
Yeah, you do.
And there's a certain type, right? We both do. Yeah. There's a certain type of personality, I think, that is attracted to movies. It's intelligent. You can like daydream. It inspires. I think in all, a lot of movies are good. Like they're good for you. It's just, I think recently in today's world, it's become more and more prevalent, like of the propaganda. Like I was a kid of the 80s. Okay. Look what was in the 80s. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator, Sylvester Stallone,
Tango
beating the
and Cash.
Russians,
Yeah.
beating the Russians, like Rocky, all that stuff. That was all macho masculinism. Like, there's probably one of the reasons why I lift a lot of weights. Like, now I do it to be healthy, but like, it was the reason why I started.
Well,
so
that
I
you
was
do it-
influenced heavily by that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
It shaped a lot of, well, not just you, but I'm saying it shaped a lot of me.
Cars.
Dazed to Confused.
Days of Confusion. I watched that last night with the wife.
I only play volleyball in denim on a hot sunny beach
Check
with
your watch,
other
bunch of
guys
guys.
and check my watch while I flex. But no, all joking
Totally
aside, though,
homoerotic, by the way.
movies. Look, if you don't feel something,
I dented my underwear once.
men or woman while watching Top Gun volleyball scene, you're dead inside and kill yourself.
I don't think it's
No, it's done. Punch yourself in the dick because it's dead if you are not rock hard during that scene. No, but it shapes it movies can, and they influence, and there's
shapes the culture.
It does.
Mhm.
But that can swing both sides of the pendulum,
Yeah.
good and bad.
Yes, it can.
Good and bad.
And they use it, and they've
Yeah.
been using it for a very, very long time. Dude, remember when I talked to you about like how they drop all this stuff in? They drop all this stuff in the movies about the UFO stuff. And like some of these people know the Stanley Kubricks, the Steven Spielbergs.
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Bay, look at his Transformers movies.
Yeah.
Pay attention, dude.
Yeah.
Rail guns. He talks about like classified rail guns. He did the pyramids. He did the Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
He did. Oh yeah, and the rover on Mars.
Yeah.
Like all that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when
yeah.
it disappeared. Like all of that stuff. He knows the truth because he's fed this information, and then they just drop it in these movies, dude. They're conditioning you for something.
They're conditioning us for something, but do you believe what they are conditioning you for? Because maybe they're throwing us off the trail.
Good point.
They're
That's
throwing
a very
off the
good
trail.
point.
You
Yeah,
know?
dude, red herrings, dude, all over the place.
Yes.
That's part of psyoping. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what this is. That's what they're talking about. It's a psyop.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in the psyops use what is called fate, focus, authority, tribe, emotion.
Mm.
That's how they run out their psyops. Look at COVID. Perfect example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You focus in on something. You have control of all the media, which Nazi Germany did.
Yeah.
You have control of all the media. They all parrot the exact same thing.
Yep.
Authority. They all used authority. You need to believe me because I'm an authority on this. Are you an authority on this?
Yeah.
Why are you looking up why are you finding your own information? Tribe. You pit one group of people against the other group of people. You say you're for science and then you're anti-science. You say you're for vaccinations and then you're an anti-vaxxer, right?
Well,
Okay.
and even just do we'd look at that our political parties.
Yeah.
You're Republican, you're Democrat.
100%, dude.
You know?
And emotion.
Yep.
Emotion. It's all based around the lowest vibration emotion.
Yeah.
Which is fear and shame.
Yeah.
The news cycle is all about fear and shame.
Yeah.
Pay attention to it, right? You know.
Well,
But you're exact. You hit the nail on the head when you just said what you just said.
and that's what's so hard, I think, as someone who is on the skirts of this conspiracy. You're like,
Oh, and that's the other thing they do. They call you a conspiracy theorist.
oh yeah, right.
that's right, dude.
Yeah.
That using that term is part of a psyop.
You know, what did I just see the other day?
It's part of a psyop.
Obviously, we all know it turned a fucking frog's game. We all know that. But then someone talked about, oh yeah, they put fluoride. Fluoride is in the water, and then in these water treatment plants, they don't filter for fluoride,
No.
and then
they put it in.
goes in. And now what do we got? We got fluoride just everywhere.
Do you know
which
what the conspiracy is behind the fluoride? Do you
is-
know what that is?
uh,
Well, it's a
well,
neurotoxin for one.
Yeah.
So it makes people dumb and compliant.
Yeah.
But do you know what the other part of it is?
it's isn't it estrogen or whatever it
No.
is?
No, it's calcifier for the pineal gland, which is what?
Well, it's gonna make it not.
The third eye.
Wait, my penis.
no.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Go north.
Wait.
Go north. Dude.
Wait,
Penile. Penile.
Look, I do have an eye on my penis. There's one.
Yes. Yes.
Captain Winky.
Yes, you do.
Is that my third eye?
You're close. Go
Hold
up. Go up. It's in
My
your brain.
my
Oh, wait,
belly
no, your
button, my
brain is
belly.
in your dick.
That's it.
I forgot. I've been out with you to bars. The fat ones, dude. Deuce and a half.
Look, I like a portly gal that's enthusiastic, better than a skinny gal who thinks she doesn't need to work
It's
for
a
it.
good
Okay,
thing I have.
let's talk about that.
It's a good thing I had a
no more
3/4 ton
conspiracy
Suburban.
coming. Hey, if you're a hot chick and you lay there, you know what? You're not doing. I would rather take a hefty gal
I'll admit
that's
that's true.
happy to be there.
I'll admit
That's
that's
happy
true.
to be there, right?
I'll admit-
Enthusiastic. I want a little hoorah rah. Okay, all right.
They huck too and sit
Yeah.
on that thing like nothing
They'll
else
get it.
because, dude, they
Then you got-
don't know when they're gonna get it.
No,
next.
they got. Then you got some good-looking girl, some 8 who's like, I don't need to work for it. I'm just gonna lay
Too
here.
cool for school.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Give me that chunky monkey.
That funky monkey.
Anyway.
But it's wild though. It's wild that higher ups would even flirt with doing this to masses.
They
Right.
love it.
That's, I guess, another thing. It's like, and it's disheartening, one, to know that we're stupid enough to just let it happen.
Mhm.
And two, that the higher ups I'm sure it was like little, like, let's see if we can get away with this.
Yeah.
Okay. That worked. Okay.
Yeah,
let's,
dude. COVID.
let's get
COVID
away
was
with
a
this.
test run.
Well, and I mean, again, we're going even farther back now. You go back to the
Ooh,
50s, the 30s, the 20s, that whatever it
JFK
was.
assassination.
You've talked about, and we've kind of discussed it before, and you've I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
But you've said that was kind of a turning point where the government was no longer afraid of the people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
however,
Yeah.
and whether because they got away with this
Yeah.
big thing, snuffing out JFK.
Yeah.
His family, bringing Camelot down.
Yeah. And they're not. And you think it was bad back then, dude? They're really not as scared of us. They're not scared of us at all.
I wouldn't be.
And-
I hate
and
to say it. I wouldn't be.
We've had this conversation too, dude. Like the don't tread on me's. I'm gonna get my gun, and I got a gun, and they can go come get me. Like, okay, perfect example, dude. Let's go to a movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Let's talk about this. Starship.
Mamma Mia. Oh, sorry. Should I go on?
No, dude, it's gonna sound corny as fuck. But Starship Troopers,
Great movie.
dude, and you look at that movie, right? That's a futuristic, kind of a dystopian future
Yeah.
where it's a one world government, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And look at all the uniforms.
Ah.
What are they? They're Nazi uniforms.
Ah.
This movie was like, I was watching this movie in 98. I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Jessica Goebel. I took her to the movie, dude.
Classic.
Oof. Yeah.
Jerked you off in the theater.
Dude. I had to watch it twice because I was getting but no, just great girl, dude.
Great girl.
Love,
Nice.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Anyway.
Honestly, that was unnecessary.
dude.
Go on.
Yeah,
Great
my
movie.
wife's gonna be really impressed that we're talking about it.
Back to the Nazi uniforms. And,
Anyway, I
Starship
went and
Troopers.
watched this movie, and as I'm watching, I'm like, dude, like those look like Gestapo, like
Yeah.
SS uniforms.
Well, and then,
Okay, so they're everybody that wants to be a citizen has to join the
Mhm.
military. Otherwise, you don't get the privilege of becoming a citizen.
Yep.
Okay, so they're in boot camp and they're throwing knives at a board, right? And the drill instructors, the one cadet is like missing and like it's pinging off, and he like looks at the drill instructor. He's like, I don't get it. Like, we've got nukes. All we have to do is like press a button. And he's like, put your hand on the board. And he picks up a knife and throws it, and it sticks right in the guy's hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, now you cannot disable. You cannot press the button. Disable a man's hand, and he can't press the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Let's go to this.
Yeah.
Let's go to this. You think that this country could fight a civil war? Do you think this country could defend itself? Have you gone to a Walmart? Have you just walk down the street and look at people?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you need to do. Go to State Fair or go to a water park. These people,
Literally, well, I
our
love
population.
I love a
is
state.
sick.
Oh no,
And
it is.
it's
It
on-
is.
Dude,
Yep.
it is by design.
Yeah.
These people, these don't tread on me right wingers think that they're going to like jump up with their guns, go
Mhm.
out, get in a firefight. They're probably going to get slaughtered. Then they think they're going to just come home and sit back on the couch and play
Mhm.
PlayStation,
Yeah.
and they're going to pop Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like they have no clue. We're so far removed from violence. We're so far removed from the physical, dude.
So it's good.
The gun is worthless.
Let's put it this way. I think it's great that we're far removed from violence because but the physical aspect of any kind of challenging, any kind of, we never feel discomfort. We never do, we don't push ourselves to discomfort. So
Yes.
I will never, I will say, and I don't know if you disagree with this, I'm glad I don't have to kill to feed myself or do this or protect my family on a large scale. But we still need discomfort. Unfortunately, we've taken all discomfort away. And at this point, there's nothing like the mass majority of our population has become weak.
Yes.
And
It's
that's yeah, and
due to
yeah.
the aggressive pursuit
Yeah.
of comfort.
Now, well, comfort but also then I'm going in.
It's the It's the aggressive pursuit of comfort.
Okay,
We
but
are constantly aggressively
Yeah.
pursuing comfort. There shall be no like tribulation. There shall be no how should I say? There is great benefit in suffering. Okay.
right. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to figure out how I can bring this back then. So obviously, if we're all fat and happy, we're living like the feeder pig that is out there getting his grain 3 times a day, enjoying it, rolling around in the mud,
And we're more unhappy than ever.
and more. But
We have more stuff. We're consumers. That's
yeah.
why. You really want to know what's going on? Here's what's going on.
Well, okay, we're
what's happening.
we're at a turning point here. Now
Okay.
let's get into it because we started up propaganda.
Yep. Dude, this leads into this
Bring
propaganda.
it. Okay, get it.
You're told to kneel when you should rise.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the universe is a mirror. Which
you're my wife, by the way, then you just keep kneeling. All right, you got that. I'm sorry. That was. Go on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Yes.
Where was I? I can't get
we
your
are
wife's
supposed-
image out of my
I
head.
do. It's terrible. You get that? We're supposed to, or we're told to kneel when we're supposed to rise. Go on.
Yeah. The universe is a mirror. Okay. And if we're actually told exactly what we are, this falls apart.
Mhm.
And this is why these people that are doing this stuff are shitting their pants right now, because something's coming. I keep saying that.
Yep,
But something's coming. The age of Aquarius, whatever it is, like something is coming where it's going to be liberating these minds, and we're slowly waking up. And we slowly wake up to this, and they lose their control. I'm telling you, dude, we do not need leaders. We don't need politicians.
Right.
You're told you need to pick a side. You need to pick Republican or Democrat, left or right. When they're in reality, if you really dig into this, there are no sides.
Well, and I think it goes so much deeper than that. You don't need the materialistic things. You don't need all this other stuff. I do want to ask in here.
Mhm,
I think this is maybe a good
Not when it's all
point.
free.
Not when it's all free, or also,
Free
but then we
energy.
also know, like, oh, you don't
Free
need that.
energy.
You don't need that fucking Pokemon card, or you don't need that flat screen TV. You don't need all these creature. Right.
You know, as bad as Trump is sometimes, he's had a really good. He said something really good about the tariffs, and he said, the lady's like, oh well, like dolls will go up, and Trump's like, well, how many fucking dolls do you need? You only need like $2. Like, I'll tell you what, his parenting must have been fucking top notch, because like her telling that, like, it's kind of like a daddy having to tell America, like, dude, knock it off. You don't need 12 dolls. Stop with the stupid consumerism.
I won't get into that because it's hard for me to take anything from a rich guy, and that says. But anyway, no. Here's what it
understandable.
Yeah,
totally understandable.
Yeah.
Right. But at least that message did hit home. Okay, now
That
he
does.
is,
No, you
he
are
is
right.
one of these leaders that I believe that we do not need.
No,
like we just don't need him.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's going to try to remain in power as long as he can.
Yep.
But that just having that being said.
Yeah,
that really resonated.
I do, and I agree. Actually, I do agree with you. Out of all, and before we get into,
dude.
we are spoiled. We
God.
are spoiled, and so yes, I will say that's, and I think that's something. Anyone who looks at your garage, looks at your
disgusting,
your whatever, my daughter's play area. There's times where I'm like, why do we have? You should have a stick and a hoop, but but again, and we get into that. Okay,
yeah. Anyway.
So okay,
going back, like that's what I'm saying is like they're propagandizing you because you think that you need these people.
Yeah,
that's they keep putting this in your head. Like, I'm here from the government and I'm here to help. Like, do they create the problem and then they say, well, the government's gonna roll out this? Like, you know what I want to say? Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
Yep.
And that's what everybody needs to do. And until this like alignment happens where people start to like look within instead of without, it's just not going to get any better. But I think the time is coming.
Okay, and I like that. So now here I have a 2-part question, and then we'll end on this. Yeah. One,
we are getting accosted by her right now. She's done with her chicken nuggets.
I think she's eating all the chicken nuggets. She wants her sweet treat. It's going to get violent here real quick. You and I are in trouble. No, I think hopefully I think that the wife is home. She can feed the child.
Oh, okay.
So two-part question.
Yeah.
One, I am interested, and maybe this is a conversation for another day, and you can tell me. The people that are propagandizing us, who are trying to lead us, or not lead us, are trying to control us. How did they get there? Hold on.
Yeah.
Riley Mae, what do you need, honey? Well, we got to finish our podcast. We're talking about how we can overthrow the. Okay, that's great. That's great, Riley. We got to finish talking about overthrowing the government. Can you go back, please?
Yes. We are in the middle of.
Look, Riley. We're in some real stuff right now. Hey, go. Hey, Riley, I love you. Go see Mama. Close the door. Close the door. I love you.
Deuces. Peace.
I love you.
Yeah, I am stinky. Yeah.
Hey,
I just came from the gym, bro.
Riley Mae. That's great. Good job. Go see Mama.
She's protesting
right now.
Okay,
she's
we'll
fighting
be
the
out in a
system.
minute.
Close the door. All right, she got.
I don't want to hit her.
No, she.
I'll get in trouble for beating a child.
No, she got away the door. Okay, so the people that are in charge, trying to rule us, trying to take us over, the puppeteers, if you will.
Yeah.
How did they get there? Okay.
Handpicked.
Is that a conversation for another day?
It could be. Yeah, I think it is, because this leads back to this goes back to ancient times when these things left these people in place.
Because that's also disheartening about the people who put them in place. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, well, hey, I get it. I may have to go through some stuff, but these are the assholes you picked.
I
feel like you don't have my best interest in line, and even with
power,
is it the power and everything?
Power. And I'm telling you right now, dude, these people know it, dude, they know exactly what I know. And I'm not, God, I hate saying it like that because it sounds so arrogant, but
you love that.
Dude, they know exactly what I know.
Right.
And they are, dude, you can use this one or two ways. You can use this for all the control in the world, because that's just how you're wired as a human being. If you've been wired and if you've been told your entire life, and that's what these people are told. These people are told their entire life that you're special. Yeah. That you've been handpicked by small g gods to rule over the peasants.
Well, that's generational. I'm sure that's generational.
That is generational.
So,
that's the Rothschilds.
Yeah. Look at the fact that they still have the king and queen of England. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You don't think that's by accident?
Oh my God, no, absolutely no.
Those are lizard people.
Yeah,
dude. Straight up.
So okay, we'll put a pin in that one, because again, I also go back to, because you also are firmly on the fact, or at least I assume, that what we have, our being, is special.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
So I'm also like, whoever was the creator or whatever, again, going down this line, what the fuck? Quit making it so hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, okay, we'll save that. We'll shelf that.
Yeah, they know if we wake up,
right,
that we have God inside of us.
So they're doing everything to stifle that. Now, okay, final question as we wrap this up. Do you think, or what will it take? Because when you, like you mentioned, go to a state fair, go to a Walmart, just look at any soft-shouldered, wherever we're at, the people that are coming up.
Yeah.
Are we at a point where a no turning back point, where we got ourselves in too deep, we got too comfortable?
Yeah.
We're almost in a Wall-E-esque world where we're sitting in our hover chairs with our 10 gallons of soda, having TV in our face, food shoved down our mouth, and we're contempt with not contempt. We're what's the word?
Content.
Jesus, I hold contempt towards you. Contempt of the court. Was that as it is? Yeah.
Yes,
either way,
yes.
We're content with everything, and maybe there will be no turning back.
The age of Aquarius.
Harmony and understanding. Okay,
that's exactly what needs to happen.
But are we at a
dude, it's never too late for human beings. And I want to end this with this, and dude, this is so weird for me to say, probably for you to hear me say this, but I want to put love and understanding and all of that into the universe right now. And that's how I'm trying to live my life, dealing with things and knowing what I know and knowing the truth. I want to say that as long as there's humanity, there's hope. And I hate to use the word hope because hope doesn't do anything for you. You have to physically like go inside and like project outside. Like what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what needs to happen, dude. And what's going to happen is something's going to come. It's going to get really, really dark before it gets like really, really bright.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is we're going to find out where we came from and what all this is. And then it's going to be turning inside and looking at, again, the God inside of you. Dude, we're all small g gods.
Mm-hmm.
We have the divine inside of us that is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, if human beings like get that, like where you don't have to look like outside for everything, right? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for somebody to help me. Like, dude, no, it's in here. And then once human beings realize that and like, oh, I create my own reality. I don't need these people. Like the dumbest mouth breather out there starts to understand that.
Yeah.
It's game over for these fuckers.
Yeah.
It's game.
You just got to get them
over.
It's cool what you said
So,
there. It kind of gay with all the love and, and
super
hope
gay.
and everything.
Yeah, but
you
dude,
know
that's
how I
what
know
it's
you're
about,
gay.
dude.
You know I know you're gay.
How?
You're talking about all that hope and love and BS. God.
Dude, it's a high vibration, man.
But you're right though, and it does, and that fights a lot of things.
You
It does.
create your own reality.
It does. It does.
And these people hate that.
Yeah.
They love fear, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
why they own the news
yeah,
cycle.
that's why the news. Yep. Have you ever seen the supercuts? I'll end on this. The supercuts where someone has taken literally news stations from all over
Just think about that.
and they just are verbatim, and it's just this echoing, this parroting, and everyone's saying the exact same thing. And if you don't look at that, you don't go, whoa.
If that doesn't wake you up,
whoa,
then that's really again really hard to wake those people up. But once it's in your face, dude, you can't hide from this anymore. And you see something, which everybody will see, you're not gonna be able to hide.
You ain't gonna hide. Well, this was great. This was fantastic.
interesting.
We got in there.
We're getting somewhere. We're figuring this out.
We are going to talk about
it's all connected.
Of
all
course,
of it.
yeah. It's a circle. We are going to talk about the powers that be.
It's a spectrum, and I'm
on the next one. So tune in. We're going to talk about who's in charge, why they got put in charge.
Yeah, dude.
And we're going to go from there.
And the lizard people.
And well, obviously, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, aka lizardpeople.com.
You don't think he's a fucking
dude,
cyborg,
that guy,
dude?
look at that guy.
His
dead
eyes,
in the eyes.
Dude.
Dead in the eyes. We'll send you out with James Ingram, Yamo Be There, featuring Michael McDonald. And we'll see you next time with Brock and Dwight. Don't go anywhere.
I want to take my pants off right now.
No, what? That was a weird way to end this, man. It's a weird way. We had something good.